Last year I was in Lithuania. The previous 3 years I was in Greece. The living is totally different. Greece is. I feel like also the game slowed down a lot for me. Obviously, being my 4th year overseas, so
You ain't want to make that pass
I
back in
didn't
the
want to
day.
make that pass at all. I wanted the old dribble. I wanted to let the big go, and I wanted to ISO it. But now the ball, he gonna make the right play. He gonna bring the intensity. He gonna pick up 94. I really enjoy watching him.
How do you maintain that success for yourself?
But yeah, man, it was cool, dog. It was, being that hometown kid. I feel like it was always kind of. I feel like a lot of questions that I don't. I want to say it makes them uncomfortable. They kind of taken back is why did somebody fire you? I feel like that's one of the big questions I asked. Like, why somebody fired you? And some are reluctant to, they try to beat around the bush, but then some is be real. Like I just didn't handle the situation the right way. I feel like one thing that's important is get you a restaurant that you like, get you a little spot you like. And then you gotta be nowhere crazy, like a little hole in the wall. Get you somewhere whenever you just need to go by yourself and think or whatever.
You from the hometown, you stayed home and went to school.
It's only right.
And it all paid out because a lot of people always leave, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got so much talent here.
Yeah.
I would love if they just stay home.
And then, like, what was the biggest adjustment once you finally got overseas?
Who you with? Who you with?
Game related.
Stay game related, man.
My man. Stay game related, man. Stay game related, y'all.
Stay game related, man.
Stay game related.
My man. Stay game related.
Stay game related, man. The best in the business.
Game related. You gotta stay here locked in.
When you make it in life, you always want to give back. Yeah. Same what you doing right now. These kids
have faith, believe in God.
Cool.
Put that work in.
Stay game related, man.
Stay game related, man. Listen, game related. So,
my man.
Yeah, stay game related, y'all.
So stay game related.
Stay game related.
Stay game related.
Game related.
Stay game related.
Stay game related.
All right, stay game related.
Stay game related. Stay game related.
My man. Stay game related.
Stay game related.
All right.
Stay game related, man.
Stay game related.
Stay game related.
Stay game related. All right, my man. Stay game related. Stay game related.
Yeah.
Stay game related.
My man.
Stay game related.
My man.
Y'all better stay game related.
When the whole world be waiting for you, but if you want some local shit, you won't even know.
Welcome to Game Related, where we highlight opportunities and obstacles for former athletes with the thought process of giving future generations a better understanding about the game.
These conversations are meant to bring awareness to the opportunities and the hardship that come along with the game. Let's get game related.
All right, y'all, we are back with another episode of Game Related. We got one of my favorite guards in the building. I'm going to tell y'all this, pound for pound, one of the most fierce competitors that I've seen, that come out of the area, man. So we got Anthony Cowan in the building. Going to talk to us about him playing overseas. We're going to go back down memory lane, talk about Maryland, and even talk about, his time at St. John's, man. So, man, welcome to the show.
Oh, man, appreciate it for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
y'all. So.
Yes, sir, man. So the first thing I want to talk about is just your mindset. One of the things that I noticed, like when you was 15, like you always had unwavering confidence. Some people would say irrational confidence.
A lot, probably.
Right. But like, where did you get that mindset from, and how did you develop that?
I think early on, my pops definitely instilled it in me early. He was always the first one after like a game or something. Like, let's say I had like the kind of little name in the area or whatever, but another guard would kind of try to go at me, the main one, like, you let him try to make a name off you. And I feel like that was always like, okay, my name is the top. So, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, I feel like I was being chased a lot, and I feel like that kind of definitely boosted the confidence a little bit. I don't know though. I feel like over time, though, it continued just picking up new skills and obviously feeling like I'm able to do whatever. So I feel like that definitely boosted the confidence for sure.
Yeah, man. It was crazy because not only did you carry it on the offensive end, I felt like you carried it on the defensive end too. Like, what made you, I think nowadays they be like, oh, he's a two-way player. But you know what I mean? Like, that was a stamp for you. Talk about why that was important.
Yeah, I feel like that was important. Obviously, I feel like for my size, I feel like that was a big thing. I feel like early on, you kind of hear like, oh, what you need to do this to be able to go to the next level. You need to do this. So I feel like I really pinpointed that, especially on the defense end, to be the guy to mess it up a little bit, mess up the team's offense, go guard the best player, go take a hard foul, get a flop. You know what I'm saying? Some little to affect the game. You know what I'm saying? Like some little to affect the game on the defense end. And I feel like obviously that did help me on the offense end as well. Kind of get a little rhythm, get a little essentially get the blood flowing a little bit. So that's how I look at it. Defense, get on defense and get the blood flowing a little bit. That's how you kind of start the game off.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. So, man, take us back to last year overseas, man. I think you had a monster year. You was MVP of the league.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, talk about, what was going for you. Why was you successful?
Yeah, I feel like last year I was in Lithuania. The previous 3 years I was in Greece. The living is totally different. Greece is paradise.
Yeah.
Lithuania is different. It's just a little different. But I feel like last year I was able to really lock in. I feel like also the game slowed down a lot for me, obviously being my 4th year overseas. So, I was able to really pick it up. The biggest thing about overseas is ball screens, for real. That's what it comes down to. And I feel like for me as a point guard, I feel like I was able to really make some good decisions. Yeah, and I had a solid year, man. Obviously you always think you can do a little better, but I'm proud of the MVP year, for sure.
Okay, so let's get into some technicals real quick. We talking
Okay.
ball screens, right?
Mhm.
So, all right, for the youngsters out there, right? Let's go over if a guy is hedging,
Okay,
if the guy's in drop,
gotcha.
and if they're trapping. Like, what are you looking at? What's your reads when you go through those progressions?
Okay, so one thing that I was really successful with last year was the quick pocket pass. I feel like it's such a small part of the game that point guards, especially younger guards, and they want to over dribble a little bit. And I feel like they don't really, they don't understand how vital that little quick pocket pass to the big can be. Even if they showing hard or even if they in the drop, you can still, get that pocket pass. And even if it can, at a big, be able to make so many decisions with it.
To create what that 4-on-3 advantage.
You feel what I'm saying? Most of the time they just trying to stop the guard, especially for how I was last year. I was able to score the ball, at a good stint. So I feel like the big and the guard was usually, always on me. So whenever I can get that quick pocket pass and that 5 or 4 man can make a decision at that free throw line, they either score, dump it back, come back for another ball screen or swing it. I don't know, man. I feel like whenever you got that little adjustment, it's easier, make the game easier a little bit.
You know what's funny? You ain't want to make that pass back in the
want
day.
to make that pass go. I wanted to over dribble. I wanted to let the big go, and I wanted to ISO it. But now, I'm learning a little bit.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.
All right. Now, what if they trapping you?
If they trapping me, I'm getting off it early. I'm probably not gonna bounce it. I'm probably gonna lob it to him to the 5 real quick. I'm gonna swing it back, turn my body and swing it back to the other guard, probably right in front of me. I got a lot of traps this year as well, so I don't know. I hate that as a defense. I don't think if I was a coach, I don't think I would ever trap a ball screen.
Yeah.
But teach his own. But yeah, if I'm trapping, I'm definitely gonna get it off it for sure.
All right. So we just talked about them trapping.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into drop coverage.
Okay. Yeah, drop coverage. I love the drop coverage. Usually, when I see a drop coverage, I know I can really make the defense start thinking. So what I love to do in the drop coverage is, first of all, I like to snake that first one as soon as I get off that first ball screen. But then I like last year we called it Gortat.
Okay.
Gortat used to play for the Wizards. After John Wall come off that first ball screen, he go like set a screen on his another man and the 5 man at the bottom and just get a guard an easy layup. So I like to do that. Tell my father just go set that other ball screen down on his man. But sometimes I don't know. I'm not a pull up. I got to get better at that. You know my game. I don't love the mid range. I don't love the pull ups. I don't love the floaters. I hate the floaters. Everyone knows I hate floaters. I'm probably one that needed the most. But I hate the floaters. It's just not a consistent shot for me, so I stay away from it. But yeah, and drop I can play different ways with it. I feel like also I would say for me to get in the lane and kind of dish it out and get other people involved too.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So what we doing on the switch?
Oh, it's over with. Yeah, it's over with. One for love. One for love. Yeah, let's get one.
All right, cool. So real quick, with Greece,
Mm-hmm.
what was the biggest adjustment once you got overseas? Like you was in the G League first, right?
I did it.
For a hot second.
It was the COVID year, so it was like that little bubble.
Right.
So yeah, technically, yeah.
And then, like, what was the biggest adjustment once you finally got overseas?
Physicality.
Yeah.
In Europe, that physicality is different. And that's another reason why I was saying early on, I was saying the game was slowing down. Now I'm using that to my, is how it's working for me. Learning how to get little fouls or learn how to get to the line, get to see the ball go through the net when they just be over physical just because that's how they taught to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, that physicality different out there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a man's game out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you said you love to you learned and you love to pick and roll. So what you would say, like, situation If it's about 12 seconds left, you want the pick and roll coming. What's like your go-to move?
Off the pick and roll, or like after I get the switch, like for the ISO.
Off the pick and roll. Or both.
Yeah, shit.
I know
You giving all the sauce. Once I go ISO though, I'm definitely gonna go heavy pull from top of the three. Probably he probably gonna tell you that heavy pull from top of the
I
three.
done seen that joint 1,000 times.
I don't miss too many of them. And then off the box screens, like I said, I like the pocket pass. I keep it simple, man. I like the quick pocket pass, get the ball out of my hands, and if the ball, just make the ball move a little bit.
Okay. So when growing up, man, in the city, like who was like some of the guys that you used to love watch playing, or it was somebody that you looked up to that you might try to model your game out?
Yeah, it was a couple guys I really like, especially we talking about in the area.
Yeah.
Man, there's a couple guys in the area I really like. Obviously Quinn is one. Quinn is a really good one. One dude y'all probably don't know. Ibn Muhammad, y'all probably don't know him. He played at Bishop McNamara. My dad used to coach there back in the day. But Ibn Muhammad, he was also a small guard. He wasn't the scorer, but he gonna get everybody the ball. He gonna make the right play. He gonna bring the intensity. He gonna pick up 94. I really enjoy watching him. Those are the two that really stick out to me. Nate Britt. Nate Britt was a big one for me when I was younger, man. I really enjoy watching him play, especially in high school. His Gonzaga days, he could go. You probably remember.
Yeah, I remember Nate.
I remember Nate. Yeah, Nate definitely.
Nate can go for sure.
Yeah, Fat Cat was someone that used to train him.
Shout out Fat Cat, man. He just got a VCU, man. Shout out Fat Cat.
So, and then earlier we were talking about mentality, right? And mentality, and that you're super confident. So, a lot of times everybody want to be successful, right? And you had a lot of success from high schools and college and then professional. But like, how do you maintain that success for yourself, and then give the audience, some guidance with a youngster might be watching how they could, if they get to that point of getting that success, how to maintain it.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Especially nowadays with the whole NIL. It's weird because I feel like, excuse me, I feel like anyways. I feel like the success it comes with the territory, like you get it early, so you got to kind of maintain it. But I don't know. For me, I always wanted to keep growing with it. I feel like everybody, would tell you all the best things. You're doing this, you're doing that. But for me, it was just maintaining and try to keep going, getting better with it for sure. With the whole process and all that success, it comes and goes. So one thing my coach always used to tell me, my AAU coach Zach Suber, he always say, don't get bored with success. So don't get bored with like all the little things that took you to get successful. So just try to do all the little things.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We kind of talked of this offline, but with this era, I try not to compare it. But it is hard, when I've watched guys like yourself, guys like Markel Folks, guys like Winston Tabbs, come and destroy the WCAC, and also had success in college. You know what I mean? And to navigate that space right now, like you just said, success is coming to a lot of these kids without, to me, feeling like they earned it.
That's what I was trying to get at.
And so it's a tricky subject because you want that for the kids. I know.
Right.
I know you wish you had that coming out.
I guess, yeah, for sure.
Hey man, if Merlin was
offering
you $250 off the rips, then you would have definitely been like, yes.
I say it like that because it worked out how I supposed to. But I don't know. I also feel like, and I don't know, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I feel like what I was able to experience in my college career with money excluded, just strictly just college basketball as you would think it is, I enjoyed it. I feel like the money kind of messes it up a little bit in terms of, I could be wrong, I'm far removed, but I'm thinking it's how it is. I'm thinking like if a dude is making 2 M's and then another dude is making 200, 100, whatever, I just feel like that dynamic in the locker room, I can see it being an issue, but I feel like college basketball without pre-NIL, I don't know, I just feel like it was organic, man. Just some of the relationships. It was, what I'm saying, it was pure, what I'm saying? Everybody coming and doing the same job. I'm hearing some schools, they don't even make their players stay together no more. I feel like that's part of college basketball, staying with your teammates and all that, but I don't know.
And so let's jump back in the Cole Fieldhouse. Is it Cole Field? No,
Uh,
Xfinity Center.
Xfinity. We was
Xfinity
in
Center.
Cole Fieldhouse, one of
Yeah.
them stairs though. We
Uh-huh.
was in it.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy how it worked though, right? Years before, we don't even look back at it now. Crazy how it worked though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So man, talk about what it felt like playing for your home state, man, and repping. You know, there's a memory that I got in my head of when y'all beat Georgetown. I think you was a freshman,
Mm-hmm.
and you looked at the crowd and you said,
Mm-hmm.
you said what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Talk
Yeah.
about that.
No, it was cool. Like what we just said, we was running a few steps in Cole Fieldhouse. My pops and my uncle would take me to Epley, which is like a little recreation center, to go play 5-on-5 and on Saturday mornings, and then walking around, and then we'd drive around campus, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I seen Juan Dixon, or I seen Joe Smith right here," and then to be that player that they that like I was that, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a full circle moment. But yeah, man, it was cool, dog. It was, being that hometown kid, I feel like it was always kind of eyes on you type of thing. So you kind of always kind of had to step up to the plate when it was ready, because you know how the people in the DMV is. You don't, then it's everybody talking you the worst. So I feel like just being that kid from Maryland, I feel like it was always a little extra. So I liked it though.
Yeah, man, it was really cool. I think we interviewed Ricky Harris in Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
And we went through the tunnel, and then I seen your picture on the thing, and that was a real cool moment, man. I know, like when you go down there and you see that, you're like, I did that thing.
For sure, yeah. My man had, I told my YouTube is, my man had put it on the YouTube, and I walked past it a lot of times, but I don't know. I don't know. That last time I was like, damn, it is cool. It is nice to see for sure. Yeah.
So give me your best game at Maryland, and give me your worst game at Maryland.
I've been out of Maryland for a minute now. But man, my best game, I don't know. Maybe my junior year, Butler almost had a triple double.
Okay.
Worst game, man, I had a couple. Probably remember like my freshman year or something, having like, I feel like I had a couple games like 6-7 turnovers or something like that. I don't know. I had a couple bad ones, but those are another one. None of them really come up like that though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me overall, man. Give me your top 3 toughest players you had to guard.
Top 3. Okay. I'm gonna say one. Carson Edwards. He played at Purdue.
Man, that's 2 in a row. James Palmer just said that.
Nah, he the one.
Okay.
Yeah, Carson definitely up there. I'm gonna say Big Ten. Cassius Winston.
Cassius Winston.
Cassius.
Even though he ain't scored, it's just because he could
do
control
score
it.
though. That's what I'm saying. You don't think that he scored, but he averaging 14 to 16 points every year. You know what I'm saying? So he don't let nobody speed him up. His pace of the game,
Subtle.
man. That and that play style was just perfect for him. How they was able to create space for him and all that. So he was always a tough one.
How big was he?
Maybe a couple inches taller than me. Not that tall, but like I said, he go at his own pace. He know how to get to his spot. So he was a nice one. And 3, I don't know, man. There's some tough ones. Can I go back to high school? If I can go back to high school, I say Lil Chris.
Yeah.
That's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
That's an easy one for me.
Yeah, y'all had some battles.
We had some good battles.
Yeah, I had
sure.
some battles, man. And now, speaking of high school, we talked about it just a tad bit, but like, I remember top 100 camp, and probably like your first game. Like everybody was trying to figure out, man, how good was Anthony Cowan? And like your first game there, I felt like you was trying to figure out where you was supposed to be at, right? And then I don't know what switch clicked on to you, but like I think you and what's the dude from the Celtics?
Peyton Pritchard was on the same team.
Y'all was on the same team, right? And y'all was playing together, and then y'all started playing separate. And it's just like I don't know what happened, but like it was like you just took off. Like just talk about that experience and like I don't know if you remember it. I remember it vividly, but like, do you remember like what flipped on to you, and then you just your confidence just ran?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I remember like I definitely remember that first game trying to figure it out.
Your father
Like
was yelling at
he
you.
was sick. I already know. I feel like I was in that weird space, like spot. Like, do I want to be a 1? Do I want to be a 2? Do I want to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like,
Cause you had some guys on your
that's
team
what I'm
too.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Usually, I'm the best scorer on my team. In that camp, I don't remember exactly who was on my team, but I know it was some dudes. But I remember from that camp leaving, like, okay, I belong. I feel like that was the camp. That was one of those camps for me leaving. I was like, okay, whoever they matched me up with in my class is not an issue. So thinking back at that camp was definitely gave me a lot of confidence going through. I think that was going into my senior year. That camp definitely did give me a lot of confidence for sure.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was one of them times where I seen you at AAU, obviously, and I seen you in high school, but like this was like everybody that was nice, and I was like, let me see what Shorty gonna do.
For sure.
And you showed out.
For sure.
That was a very proud moment for me, anyway.
Because we've been working all the time, working
Yeah.
to try getting some spots. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how was like your agent process was? 'Cause I know like sometimes some people they might have 2 or 3 exchange out. Like how was that process? Did you with the same guy that you started out with? And like give the audience or some of the youngsters that might be watching like some pointers of what questions should they be asking and stuff like that.
Man, I'm on my 3rd agent, so I can definitely speak on that a little bit. But for me, it was weird coming out. I came out during COVID, so we didn't have any pre-draft workouts with teams and all that. We was doing pre-draft workouts on Zoom. Like it was you know what I'm saying? It was a weird time. So honestly, it was only so much the agent can really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like some good questions you can ask. I feel like a lot of questions that I don't want to say it makes them uncomfortable. They kind of taken back is why did somebody fire you? I feel like that's one of the big questions I asked, like why somebody fired you. And some are reluctant to, they try to beat around the bush, but then some is be real, like I just didn't handle the situation the right way. But I think that's a good one. I think a good one is in terms of where you want to go. Do you want to try to do the league? Do you want to do the G? Do you want to do Europe? Talk about like what markets are they strong at? Are you strong in Israel, or are you strong in Greece, or you just really got them connections kind of in the league? I would tell them just to ask whatever for real. Like at the end of the day, you talking to somebody that damn near got your career in their hands. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I talk to my agent, I'm all open. I'm saying
that's
whatever.
your personality.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you got my money in your hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking whatever.
Yeah, because he worked for you.
You feel me? So
I
I don't beat around the bush with it. I don't beat around the bush.
So could we ask why you fired your other 2 agents?
For sure. So I fired my first agent just because I knew at that time that I was I played in the G League or I played in Summer League. I just knew what came with trying to go to league and all that. I don't know. I really wanted to continue to enjoy basketball, and I feel like the route it was going, just seeing how the G League bubble went and seeing how Summer League went, it was going to be tough for me to get my little niche in or whatever. So I knew I was going to Europe, and I didn't think my first agent had the connections that he needed to go to Europe. So I fired him on that one. It's crazy. It's crazy saying though. Because it was crazy when I first did it. Because I remember talking to my parents about it, and they was like, "You gonna fire him?" And I thought about firing him. Damn, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. So I fired my first agent, and then my second agent, I signed a 2-year deal in Greece.
Okay.
And they was basically making it seem like because of how I was set up, like they can get me out that second year. I had first year, I had a good year. I thought I was able to get some other opportunities. And they made it seem like they was gonna get me out the first year, and then they didn't. So I came back that second year, so I fired them. And then I'm on my 3rd. That's been with them for now a year. This is their second summer. So see how it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
So man, on Greece, right? Just tell me.
You ever been to Greece?
I have not.
You ever been to Greece?
Never been.
Go to Greece.
Go to Greece, yeah. Tell me all
They
about
like the
Greece.
Greece. Greece is Man, just the living. I mean, just in Europe in general, because Greece and Lithuania, two European countries that I've lived in, the living is smooth. Like it's not like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody kind of go at their own pace. You don't never really gotta look over your shoulder. Makes you know what I'm saying? It's like little things like that. The food is cleaner, it's healthier. Like Greece is, but in terms of Greece, I don't know, man. I was getting out of practice, going to sit on the beach, going to sit on the resort. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that living is top notch. It's yeah, and I wasn't even in the major city. I wasn't in Athens. I was in a city called Thessaloniki and Patras, which is your second and third biggest cities.
But still beautiful.
Yeah, amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, we gotta definitely take that trip out there.
Go see Greece, man.
Definitely take that trip out to Greece.
Be out there, and you need like a week and a half. One thing I wish I did do when I was there was they got little islands like y'all know like Mykonos, Santorini.
Mm-hmm.
I could have did that on my breaks, but I decided to come home. But I was looking back. I'm still at some point going to definitely go to the islands, but
yeah,
Greece is a good spot to be at.
You know, it's crazy when I came back from Germany, right? Just the way that Germany probably a little bit different. It's not as pretty as Greece. Like it got a lot of good castles and stuff where I was at.
I heard it's a very professional league though.
Yeah. Very professional. But like when I came back home, I was like we live so different in America compared to overseas. And I was just like, damn.
It's a different way of living.
It's a different way of living. It's real chill. Like, you know, money is not the end all be all.
You should see how they work their job. Like the work they straight chill time. Like they got their friends pulling up while they working and doing their job. I feel like it's just things aren't taken as serious as it's taken here.
Their probably health is better just because
for sure. And it's free. All their health can be free, man. Yeah, man. I enjoy Europe for sure.
Yeah.
So what you would say would be like a misconception about being a pro athlete overseas that people wouldn't know about?
I can't tell you about a misconception because I really don't listen to them. But one thing I can tell you that's a big thing that people don't realize is you by yourself a lot. So until you can make sure that you're okay with entertaining yourself and being able to enjoy your alone time, enjoy being with you, I would say Europe is tough if you can't do that. So I've seen a lot of people that can hoop that just can't do it just because you so far from your family. It's obviously for the most part it'd be language barriers, so you're not having the most conversations. You might talk for 2 hours at practice when you at your teammates, but for the most part you dolo, you in the crib or about to go get some food by yourself. So yeah, man, it's a great way of living. I just feel like you got to get used to it. 'Cause I feel like early on in my career, that's like I remember my first year, like it was first couple weeks was rough, man. Like I mean, I'm a Maryland dude to the core. I ain't never thought I was gonna leave Maryland. Like I love where I'm from. So being out going to Greece my first year, first couple weeks, it was tough, man. It was a little adjustment.
When you was there, would you try to dive into the culture and learn the language and all that stuff?
I was off it. So my sophomore year in college, or junior year in college, we took a European tour to Italy, and I hated it. Like, and we was in Lake Como, one of the best places in Italy to go. And I just didn't like it. I was just like, ew, like it was just, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I was so off, and I feel like I kind of came with the same mentality a little bit going to Greece. And then like that next month, I started going outside. I started going to their little whatever, like this restaurant. I started going to this little store. One thing I did, this is for anybody that's about to go to Europe and maybe listen. I feel like one thing that's important is get you a restaurant that you like, get you a little spot you like. And ain't gotta be nowhere crazy, like a little hole in the wall. Get you somewhere whenever you just need to go by yourself and think or whatever. Get you a spot that you really like, because you got some times out there where you just need to, you know what I'm saying, just figure some stuff out.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to think. Overseas, that's when I picked up some hobbies, right? Like that's kind of when I started reading. You said, "Nah." Did you pick up on anything?
Can't say I did. Play video games.
Play the video games.
I play video games. I've been looking. I've been trying. Nothing sticks for me. I don't know what it is. It don't stick. I can do the video games, talk to my folks back at home.
Yeah,
I need a little hobby though.
You remember back in the day talking? We had the Skype.
Yeah, we had to Skype.
You heard of Skype?
Yeah, y'all old though.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. 'Cause I remember being overseas in Sweden, and I heard them was talking like, "Hey, at some point you're gonna be able to be on the phone and see the person that you're talking to." And I was like,
"Oh, you was in Sweden?"
Yeah.
One of my teammates was in Sweden. You weren't in Stockholm, were you?
I was in Gothenburg.
Okay. Well, one of my teammates was in Stockholm. So it's everything out there.
Yeah. Sweden was cool.
I already know.
Yeah, I remember some of them stories you called back home with y'all.
I already know.
Hey, so let me ask you this: if there was anything in your career, like now that you like more seasoned and you understand, like is there anything in your career that you would have wished you would have done differently or changed?
Nah. Once I look back, I feel like I genuinely did everything I could to get myself in a position that I'm in now. I like where I'm at now in terms of my living, in terms of where I'm at in my career. So I won't switch nothing up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool, man. One thing I definitely appreciate and I love that you're from the hometown, you stayed home and went to school.
It's only right.
And it all paid out because a lot of people always leave, man. You know what I'm saying? We got so much talent here.
Yeah.
I would love if they just stay home.
Yeah.
You know, so for them to see your path, and you know what I'm saying?
For
Hey,
sure.
I did it all here in the city. You know what I'm saying?
I can't fault them. Let me go back to that question you just had. One thing I wish I took all my visits. That's the one thing I did. I committed to Maryland my junior year, and I took one visit to Maryland, and I called it after that. So I feel like I wish I took all my visits. That's the one thing I wish I did, just to experience it, see other schools. I feel like I wish I did that. Why y'all looking at each other like that?
Oh, no. What?
You wanted the He Got Game experience?
See, that's what I'm saying though. Like you don't know though. Like, some of the schools especially some of the schools at that time that was recruiting me, I was like, damn. Looking back, I was like, damn. I wish because what made me think of it because I was in LA and I just went to go to USC and I was just walking around there, their camps and all. I was like, damn. I really only know University of Maryland's campus for real and how that way of living. I never experienced no.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this. If you visited Niagara when we was up there, you might have committed off the spot.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you'd had to decommit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you would have committed on the spot, boy. That's all I'm gonna say.
I wish I was able to do that. Like I feel like I would have. The schools that I was gonna be able to go visit. I feel like it would have been a good experience. But
what was the other schools?
Miami for sure.
Oh yeah.
Did you go visit them?
I did in Miami. I wanted to visit Florida State. I committed so early though, but I mean before I did, I was talking to Michigan, the Arizonas, all them type of far West Coast schools. So I wish I was able to go see what those was like. He was probably protecting me from something. No, God was probably protecting me.
For sure. I definitely thought you was going to Michigan, so I was off on that. I don't know why. I just definitely thought that dude Lavelle, he was the assistant coach. I thought for sure that that's where you was headed. But
I like Michigan.
Yeah,
I like growing up though. I always thought I was gonna go to Georgetown. I didn't like how they did my recruiting process though. So
a lot of people had that story on them.
Yeah,
they're kind of weird on how they do it.
I never even got an offer from the head coach, the assistant coach, Kevin Brodus. That was the coach at Maryland. He was assistant at Maryland. He offered me. He called me one day. He was like, yeah, man, we want you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, no, we gonna offer you. I was like, why John Thompson ain't offer? You know what I'm saying? And I was one of those kids. Like I went to their camp as a youngin', like threw it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got some other stories about that, but
but everything happened for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. What's your your thoughts about the training culture? Like training culture.
Oh, training.
Everybody got to train, and sometimes it get a bad rap. But it's needed. But what's your thoughts on that?
One thing that doesn't irritate me because it is what it is, but I feel like some of the trainers that's out there training, like they don't do none of this. They never done any of the stuff that they train that they're training to do, their players to do. Like, and it be dudes like I've seen you play. Like I've been on the court with you. You don't do none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You was on the bench. Like how can you? I get it though. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to give some knowledge, but I don't know. It's different. I don't think a lot of the youngins they don't really play no more. Like it ain't like I mean I feel like I sound so old saying this, but like just like they don't play outside no more. They ain't going to play the five. They not outside playing the ones. They go up to get in the air conditioning court and do pound dribble for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But like you said, I definitely think it's needed though. But it has to be the right way, especially in the beginning. I feel like those ground, just like those little things in the beginning that I think should be worked on are not. I feel like a lot of people are working on all the extra without even like
Getting
doing,
the fundamentals
you know what I'm
down pat,
saying? I
yeah.
feel like that's kind of corny, as you think it is as a youngin', but I feel like that foundation is important.
So since we talked, let's dive a little deeper on the training. What do you do? Like, what's your regimen now that you're overseas and stuff? Like, how do you prepare yourself?
Yeah, so I basically got two trainers. I work out with Darren McClin and my best friend Reggie Gardner. And I feel like they do a good job of both. I think Darren McClin does a really good job as the point guard tip. We do a lot of passing, we do a lot of pocket passing, we do a lot of hooks, right, left. We do a lot of, reads off the ball screen. Reggie, we do a lot of footwork stuff. We break it down. Like I said, the foundation. We go back to that. We work on, coming off a down screen. We working off coming off that left, right. I wanted to feel smooth when I'm coming off. And I don't want to feel like I'm taking an extra step or I'm skipping and stuff. It's like the little small things. I feel like when I come home, I key in on the little small things. I don't go crazy. Like I don't. When I come home, I'm not playing 5-on-5 every day. Like
Yeah.
I want to be able to be excited to go back to play 5-on-5 when I'm about to do that for 10 months. So when I come home, I do a lot of lifting. I do a lot of yoga. Got into Pilates. My little sister make me do Pilates.
Yeah, I seen you was doing the stretching thing.
Huge on stretching. I'm going tomorrow morning. I'm huge on the stretching. Yeah, man. I really key on the little things when I come home. I like the footwork. He make me do little floaters and all that type stuff. So, but yeah, I like to be working on the little things when I come home.
That's true about him and his floater.
Man, I hate him.
And the mid range.
Such an
We'd be
inconsistent
like,
shot.
dog, use this. And he'd be like, nah, I'm up. But he found a way to. He just found a way to make it happen.
I would shoot a contested 3 before a contested 2 every day of the week. Oh my gosh, every day of the week.
So man, let me ask you this. Like, is there anything that we ain't talk about that you wanna wrap on real quick?
I don't know, man. I had some good ones, man. I'm sorry I can't remember some of the stuff y'all say, like the top 100 camp and a lot of like the high school stuff. And I feel like we talked on a lot of stuff.
All right, cool. So I got two more, man. I want to go back to St. John's, right? When you got played in the championship.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that the Math was gonna beat y'all.
No, they didn't. Nobody thought that. Nobody thought that. Nobody. They didn't even know they was going. They knew it was up.
Well, just talk about that moment and how, to me, I've always thought you shined the best when the bright lights was out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like when them big games come on, like what was your mindset? And like obviously you went out there and you sent the message. Just talk about that game.
Yeah, I feel like those games. What I try to do those games is I try to take something personal and make me feel personal about it, and that kind of gets it going in my head a little bit. So obviously going against that DeMatha team, they had Markelle Fultz ended up being the #1 pick. And maybe what you meant was everybody wanted to see Kel play. Maybe it wasn't DeMatha wasn't gonna win, but I think people wanted to see Kel play. But that was, that was personal.
I double down on that.
That was personal. That was personal for me. Like it was, like I said, like it's not only that game. That game just we talk about it, but every little game I try to think of something personal to get myself going because I got to get myself in that mode. But yeah, that was a game that I look back and I was like, I was definitely in that mode the full game.
Yeah, it was crazy because they was playing zone, right? And they was doing a good job. And then for whatever reason, they switched to man. And it was night.
It was bad.
It was night. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Mather doesn't run zone, so we was trying to have. They was about to start trying to just. They was switching their game to try to stop our game. And once it was that, it was quiet for them. But they tried. They tried. I only talk like this because, like I said, my best friend Reggie, he was on that team, man. So forever since when we 60, I'm gonna be telling them how I beat them in the championship game in high school.
I feel that. I feel that. So man, we're gonna close this out, man. But before we do, Did you have any other questions?
Nope.
So I want you to give some advice to parents, players, just about the process and what you think they need to be doing in order to excel in the next levels.
Well, I can't speak to parents because I'm not one, but I can speak. I can speak to the players though. I feel like players. One of the big pieces of advice, especially the youngins, like I'm saying, like high school, shit, even college. Um, that really, when I understood it, I feel like my game took off was not being too cool. Like, and I feel like I'm naturally like just a chill, laid back, cool dude. But once I've learned to like master that and really get into getting that mentality of being a dog, and I feel like that's when I really took off for me. So yeah, man, don't be too cool, dog. When you out there, try to stand out. Don't just be out there just running up and down. I feel like, and also play with some emotion. I feel like that's a lot easier said than done sometimes. So like I said, people want to be too cool and kind of just be in that shell. But I feel like that's the best thing with sports is kind of let you come out that shell and show what you can really do. So that would be my message, man. Don't be too cool, man. Just go out there, enjoy it, but get some fire in you, dog. Have some, you know what I'm saying? Have some in you. That's the only way you can feel like you really get some out of it. So that'd be my
Nah,
message.
man, that's cool, man, and he definitely plays like that. So this ain't him just talking, man. One of the things that was really cool just listening to you, like we was just talking about in the elevator, like that was like I'm 39 now, right? You how old are you? 27.
27.
So 12 years, right? So when you was 15, I was 27, right?
Right. That's when we was working around that
Yeah,
time
that's
too.
when we was in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And like to hear your maturity, like I hear a lot of maturity in you, dog.
I'm old, dog.
And that's a good feeling, man.
sure.
And I applaud you for that.
Appreciate
I
it.
definitely see you taking new jumps. Like even just listening to you say, man, I'm gonna just keep it simple and make the pocket pass. Like I've never thought that I would hear you say something like that. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And you've matured. You've learned to master what you're good at. And man, it's been cool just listening to
I
you,
appreciate
dog.
it,
Man,
man.
I definitely
My
appreciate
man,
you
I
coming on
appreciate
the
you for having me,
show.
man, for
Thank
sure. I
you,
appreciate
man.
you. I appreciate it, yeah, for sure, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, man. So man, that's it, man, on this episode, man. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share.
And always stay game related.